Jeremy Clarkson's article, which was published in The Sun, has now been condemned by the press watchdog, the Independent Press Standards Organisation, IPSO, which received 25,100 complaints. And Jeremy Clarkson said in the article that he would like to see the Duchess paraded through the streets, like the character from Game of Thrones, while crowds threw excrement at her. This is a most extraordinary article, and I thought, have I actually read that article? Well, I have. Oddly, I have, and I found a copy. I'll read the beginning of it, because it's not just the audio line which is so offensive. The whole thing is couched in lines which are extraordinarily vicious. If you start right at the beginning, we all know in our heart of hearts that Harold Markle is a slightly dim but fun-loving chin who flew Apache helicopter gunships in Afghanistan and cavorted around Las Vegas hotel rooms with naked hookers. But then along came Meghan, who obviously used some vivid bedroom promises to turn him into a warrior of woke. Now, anybody who uses the word obviously in my book needs to be excoriated. You only use the word obviously if you want to exert your control over somebody in a malign way. If something is obvious, you don't need to say it. If something is not obvious, then using the word obviously is wrong. And now it turned, I'm now going back to his article, and now it seems that she has her arm so far up his bottom, she can use her fingers to alter his facial expressions. I actually feel sorry for him, because today he's just a glove puppet with no more control over what he says or does than Basil Brush. Now here is the alarming bit. Meghan, though, is a different story. I hate her. Not like I hate Nicola Sturgeon or Rose West. I hate her on a cellular level. And then he goes in for the kill with the line about Game of Thrones. At night I'm unable to sleep as I lie there grinding my teeth and dreaming of the day when she is made to parade naked through the streets of every town in Britain while the crowd chant shame and throw lumps of excrement at her. Everyone who's my age thinks the same way. Well, I think actually Jeremy Clarkson and I are probably of the same age, and indeed had the Princess of Wales, Princess Diana, lived, she would have been the same age as me. I don't think like that. Meghan Markle is not one of my favourite people, but I certainly don't think of her parading naked through the streets of the city and taking pot shots with excrement and throwing it at her and crying shame. I think it's a great shame that Harry has left the UK. I think it's a great shame that he doesn't seem to be thinking very clearly. I've read his autobiography, his memoir, and a lot of it is drivel, but it's not written in the language that I would recognise. It's written in a sort of pseudo-California lilt. And that doesn't surprise me greatly, given the fact that it's ghosted. But all that said, I must say I think Jeremy Clarkson's article is vile, and he deserves all the condemnation that he gets for it. It's a great shame, really, there aren't other people being equally condemned for some of the things that they've said about Meghan Markle and the unfavourable things that have been said which have driven Markle and Harry away from the UK. I think they have been driven. I don't think it's choice. And I think that's a shame. And I think in the long run, we will come to regret that.